Well, hello and welcome once again to stately Vaughan Manor. Now today we're just doing a quick little state of the channel update. We're going to be talking about my next 5 reads and my next 5 videos. So we'll start off with my next 5 reads. The next 5 books I'm going to be reading. So, the next 5 books I'm going to be reading. So I'm just finishing up, well, I'm not finishing up, but I've got to finish up The Engineer. I've actually got quite a bit left to read in The Engineer, a Chronicles of Actaeon's story. I'm only on page 136, but I should knock this off this week. And then I'll be starting on my next few books that I'll be reading, and every one of them I'll be reviewing, of course, because that's what I do. And so the next one is going to be one of the vintage science fiction books. Every other book I'm going to read is going to be one of these because I got that huge box. Got to go through it, man. Got to read every one. So the next one is going to be Time Out of Joint by Philip K. Dick. It's the next book I'm going to read after The Engineer. Then, following that, and this one I'm particularly looking forward to. This is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is the book that won the big booktube spin 2. This is the one that won the other day, and this was chosen for me by Working Man Reads. Really appreciate it, my friend Working Man. Because everybody's been talking about how great this book is, and so wow, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think the big spin fell on a winner for me. Awesome. Okay, so then every other book, remember, going to be vintage science fiction. Most of them are pretty short though, so they shouldn't take too long. The next one after that one is going to be The Deep Range by Arthur C. Clarke. I've actually had a couple people comment that this is a great book, and this is one of their favorites. So a couple of people have said that, so it must be pretty good. I don't think I'd ever heard of The Deep Range by Arthur C. Clarke. I've heard and read a lot of his other books, but this one, no. So this will be the first time I've read it. So that's exciting. Then, following that, I'm going to finally finish The Last Policeman trilogy. I've been putting it off because I've grown to really, really like the main character. Hank Palace is the main character in this. The series Last Policeman, the series where a huge meteorite is heading for the Earth. And there are 3 books in the series, and in each book the meteorite's getting a little bit closer, and of course the questions it raises are, you know, this guy's a detective. What's the use of solving crimes and murders if everybody's just gonna die soon anyway? What's the point? And what's the point of a whole bunch of other stuff? What's the point of carrying on? This series raises a lot of these questions. And it's fascinating, and this series works as both a detective series and as a science fiction series. The first 2 have been great. This one, World of Trouble, the last one, man, it's the last one and it's over. I don't know if any of you guys do this, where you put off the last book of a series or a trilogy just because you don't want it to end. That's kind of where I am with this one. So I'm going to be sad to see that series go. So the 5th book that I'll be reading is going to be another vintage science fiction, every other book. And so this one's going to be A. Merritt, The Metal Monster. And look at this. Who wouldn't want to read this? This looks fantastic. And Merritt, he's actually pretty good. I've read some other things by him. I've never read this one, actually. I've got a bunch of books in that box that look really great that I haven't read, and this is going to be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to that. So you know, sometimes when I do these videos where I say I'm going to do something, I lie. Today I lied because it's actually not. I'm going to tell you the 6th book that I'm going to read, because I pretty much, as I was putting this video together, I'm like, well, what am I going to follow these books with? You know? I have to go back to one of those big giant fantasy books, and I've got to read the 3rd book in the Blazin series. I thought, no, there's one I really want to get to. So this is the next big giant fantasy book I'm going to be reading, and that is going to be Robert Jordan's The Eye of the World. The 1st book in the Wheel of Time series. I've heard a lot of different things about this series. People told me, oh, it's great until this book, and then I stopped reading. Or that seems to be one of the big things I hear. It was fine until book 4 or 5 or 7. Well, you know, I'm going to read the whole thing, because that's just how I am. I don't know how long it'll take, because I'm probably only going to get to a couple of these books this year. But I do want to get to this one, because I do want to start this series, because I feel like, you know, I have to. Everybody else has read this series. I've got to get on this, man. You know, so I'm going to finally get onto the Wheel of Time, which I've been kind of wanting to do for like over a decade. So it's about time. So 6 books instead of 5. But I do only have my next 5 videos that I've planned to do. So let's go over those. We could do this real quick, because you know what the next couple of them are. I'm going to be doing the Sunday Penguin, should be coming up tomorrow, barring accident or incident. Mythos Monday, and Mythos Monday is going to be awesome this week. Shadow over Innsmouth, one of my very favorite H.P. Lovecraft stories. Great story. So be sure to check out Mythos Monday this week. Just, you know, bring your scuba gear. And after that, Tag Tuesday. I got a tag to do this week. I'm hoping I get to do Tag Tuesday on Tuesday this time. I'm hoping. No promises, but I'm hoping I get to do Tag Tuesday on Tuesday. Then I'm doing something new. Now, when you're going to steal, you might as well steal from the best. So Steve Donahue, I've already stole the Penguin idea from him. He used to do the Daily Penguin. Yeah, I think it was the Daily Penguin, and I do the Sunday Penguin now. I stole it directly from him. He also does a Comic Book Wednesday. So I'm going to do a Comic Book Wednesday too, but I'm calling it something different. So it's not the same. It's not just a complete ripoff of, you know, this more famous booktuber. No. I was going to do this anyway, a graphic novel, a day where I talk about a specific graphic novel. And Wednesday is the day I'm going to do it, because that is the comic book day. That used to be New Comic Book Day for me. I haven't bought new comic books in a while. So yeah, that should be fun. Because I did that comic book video, my 10 favorite comic books, and people watched it, surprisingly enough. So maybe people will watch this, maybe. We'll see how it goes, you know. I'll give it a try. So that's the 4th one I've got lined up. And the 5th video I've got lined up is going to be, I did the other 3, the big 3 of Weird Tales. I talked about H.P. Lovecraft once a week. I talked about Robert E. Howard. I've talked about Clarke Ashton Smith. So now I'm going to talk about Seabury Quinn. So I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to get it done hopefully this week, of Seabury Quinn, who was one of the big names, the big stars of the classic pulp magazine Weird Tales, with his Jules de Grandon stories. So yeah, I'm going to do a video on that. I don't think I've seen anybody do a video on Seabury Quinn, so at least this will be kind of original. I stole the comic book idea, but this one will be original. So that I'm going to do. And I do have a bunch of other video ideas which I've been putting off. I'm putting off, for example, the next Pulp Hero video, which is going to be on Doc Savage. I'm putting that off just because I really need to sit down and go over that material and actually prep a little bit on that, you know? So I'm putting that off until I have time to do it. And I've actually been putting off William Hope Hodgson, that video, because I actually want to reread some William Hope Hodgson before I do that video. Because I was getting ready to do one, I'm like, you know, I don't remember the Carnacki stories that well, and I don't remember this other stuff too well, so I want to review that stuff. So I'm going to do that before those videos come out. I know I promised those a while ago. So yeah, that's what's coming up for me and this channel. I'm hoping everything comes out on time. I'm going to do my best. I do have some other stuff going on in my life which might put some of this stuff off. I have a couple autoimmune conditions. I have lupus and chronic urticaria that pops up every once in a while. And I had both these conditions under control for a long time. But then I got the second COVID shot. And I knew walking in that because I had these conditions, I knew when I was getting that shot that my immune system could go haywire, because it hates me, my immune system, and it loves to cause terrible havoc with me. So I knew getting that shot could set this off. And it did. What do you know? And so I've had days recently where I'm covered in hives. That's fun. I've had days where I've woken up and my face is all swollen and I look like a space mutant. And so, you know, if that kind of thing happens, I might have to push a video back. I've had to do that a couple times recently. That's why. That's also why I adopted this fantastic hat, because I have hives all over my head sometimes, which is not a good look for a video. Not today. Today I just kind of like the hat. But yeah, that's happened recently. But you know, like I said, walking in to get that second COVID shot, I knew this could happen, and I was like, you know, hives and swelling, death by COVID. It actually wasn't that hard of a decision. So yeah, so that's going on, and it's kind of a pain. But I'm hoping to get both these conditions under control. Again, we'll see. So that's what's going on. So there's some health issues that might push some of these videos around a bit. I'm hoping not. We'll see. But thought I would throw that out there just so you know what's going on. But yeah. Oh, also, my subscriber count keeps crawling up there. I should hit 400 at some point in my life. That should be an exciting time. And I just want to thank you guys once again. Thank you everybody who has subscribed and watches these videos. I really appreciate it. And so I will see you again tomorrow here at stately Vaughan Manor, barring accident or incident. Thanks, guys.